A burial service for late actor Presley Chweneyagae has been held in Mahikeng. He died last week at the age of 40. Various speakers have remembered him as someone who never looked down on anyone and inspired many. Newzroom Afrika's Refiloe attended the event and joins us now live. You were part of those proceedings, Refiloe. Tell us who you saw and what happened.
What happened today, Voyo, was a life celebrated of somebody who has reached greater heights, and somebody was describing him that it did not matter where he came from, and that's why he was able to win an Oscar and also reach his dreams in the manner in which he did, but also inspire others, those that have also spoke about him on how Presley Chweneyagae inspired them to be part of the film and entertainment industry. And one of them is TJ Mukwane. Thank you so much and welcome to Newzroom Afrika. I mean, we can tell that you were really inspired by Presley, even with the beret itself. Talk to me about, how you were inspired by Presley and your working relationship with him.
Basically, my relationship with Presley began with Tsotsi before we even met, because in 2017, I was caught between a rock and a hard place, between dropping out of university and coming to Joburg to come and pursue an acting career. And then I watched Tsotsi, and that fueled my desire to come to Joburg, not knowing that the same day the following year I'd be sharing a set with him on the river. And it felt like a huge imposter syndrome, but because I'm from Mahikeng, he's from Mahikeng, he was a big brother and made me feel welcome, that I belong here, taught me how to find my camera, find my mark, improvise. So yeah, he was more like a big brother to me on that set.
And how was it like sharing a set with him? I'm sure, how many take twos and cuts and, stuck it again because of, the character that he was.
We hardly had any take twos or threes. If we do have so many takes, it's because we were laughing from all the stuff, the unscripted stuff that he'd have. But with Presley, it was hard for you to flop. Like, flopping was not a thing you could do when you're around him, because you get to play and enjoy what you're doing. You don't think much about the lines. You just be present when you're with him.
And how are you going to remember him going forward?
Definitely had a huge impact in my life, and I think everybody that has watched my work can see that I'm greatly inspired by him, and I hope as people continue to watch my work, they'll see that his light still shines.
And maybe just, those lighter moments and, some of his quotes that he would use to say. You were talking about how some of the things he did on set, they were unscripted. Talk to us about, some of even those terms that he would say on set that were not scripted.
Kobrizi was just like a snake, the tongue was also venomous, just like, the snake would be. So it's we compare the bubuti do sa bone khale di la pile yes loss next. So one of those things was over the top and just came in out of the blue. So those things would mesmerize us, if you know what I mean.
And one of the intense scenes that you had was also, when you had, had to break the news.
Oh, yes. So we had a pregnancy storyline happening between Tepo, my character, and Dimpo. And Cobra was totally against that, continuously warning my character from season 1. And I was so obsessed with method acting that I asked him to hit me for real, and he didn't want to. So I'm getting into the scene thinking that I'm not going to get hit until we actually called action and he had to hit me. So we changed the white shirt to a black shirt, and the black shirt is what you see now in that particular scene.
Thank you so much for your time, man.
No problem, thank you.
Tato TJ Mukwane, they're speaking to us, Voyo, about how he was inspired by Presley Chweneyagae to also act, but also remembering some of the moments that they had on set. He has been described as somebody who has really been an inspiration and who was loved by both the young and the old. It was more of a celebration than a somber moment. But what also brought to tears to some of those that were attending was that, remembrance that was done by Rantube Makapane, who broke into tears when he was speaking about, having visited the family, but also seeing the wife to Presley and the 2 children, to say, and the wife said to him that, it's time, we need to celebrate Presley Chweneyagae. We know that there's going to be yet another memorial on Thursday in Pretoria. His body is expected to arrive on Friday, with that funeral service that is also going to be held in Pretoria on Saturday.
Refiloe with that update following, of course, that memorial service for the late actor.